Okay, here we are, day 30 already of the Carnivore Diet Month. For us, it was the B&E challenge, the Beef, Butter, Bacon, and Egg challenge. And I gotta say, overall, super happy. And a couple things that you got to remember is that we never went hungry during this entire month. If we were hungry, we ate. If we weren't hungry, we didn't eat. But we never went hungry. Never felt like we never fasted, other than maybe just skipped a meal or something, just because we just weren't hungry. So in that respect, super easy. If there's like a lot of people go on the diet and it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm starving. I don't know. We never had that feeling this entire 30 days, which is really awesome if you think about it. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead. This is the results video of the entire month for 30 days. So today we're going to start with Mrs. Carnivore. So Mrs. Carnivore, tell us about your results.
Well, I'm just going to say I love this way of eating. I truly do. And I will tell you my results and the benefits that I had and where I feel like going in February. So we did weigh ourselves this morning, as well as we took our inches, which we had started 30 days ago, took our inches. So I'm very pleased to say I'm 8 pounds down. And I'm 3.5 inches lost, which an inch came from my thighs, each thigh, and an inch came from my waist, and 1.25 inches came from my hips, and 0.25 from my chest. So, but 8 pounds lost. And when Carnivore DC figured out the fat amount with my percentage of body fat lost, it's 1.5 pounds of pure fat. Oh my goodness, right? I have given away larger size pants that were in my closet that are just kind of hanging on me. So those are gone, and I'm never going to go back to that because I know that this is a really easy way of eating and it works for me. So if I ever need to lose weight, I will try this, but most people, or I'm not going to say most, but a lot of people do not do carnivore for weight loss. They do it for healing their body of different ailments. And so that was something I did not really know at the beginning of doing this way of eating.
Some people may actually gain weight in the beginning.
Yeah. So I didn't know that that was a benefit, but the more I read and hear and learn, it definitely is a benefit. And I will tell you that, yes, that was a benefit for me as well, is healing in my body, because in one of the videos I explained about having had surgery back in 2015, and my stomach just wasn't the same. Digestion issues, sleeping on my left side because that's what the doctor said to do, because that's where your stomach is, and taking a pill every now and then to try to alleviate the pains that I was having. So that's one benefit. None of those pills in 30 days, won't be going back there either. Nails, hair are thicker. My skin is looking better. And actually Carnivore DC said that to me a few times, like, your skin looks so good. I'm like, thank you. So so that's a good thing. And some of the other benefits are not having to meal plan. That's a time saver for sure. Time saved in the grocery store because shopping's very streamlined. Energy is very good. I used to take maybe a 10, 12, 15-minute nap on the couch pretty much every afternoon. I've taken one nap in 30 days. That's awesome. My sleep is better because this guy over here is not snoring, and that's like probably a huge benefit. And so in saying all of that, one of the things I want to say, because you've seen Carnivore DC, he's definitely a athlete, and he works out pretty much every day doing something. That's why he keeps saying move your body. I have not really exercised in the month of January. I got bit by a dog on Christmas Day and wasn't really able to use my hand in doing things. Resistance bands I love to do. And then once that was healing, I jumped off the pickup truck, off the tailgate, to jump into my husband's loving arms, and my ribs hit his shoulder, and I kind of crumpled down with him holding on to me. But a rib bruise kind of takes a little while to heal, which is unfortunate for me. However, in the month of February, I will be adding exercise, and we will be adding in other items, like other meats in our food plan. So he's going to cook pulled pork for Sunday for my birthday. So that'll be fun. And we're going to be paying attention to all of that, how different food items affect us, and if one meat's better than the other, because what we do know is beef, bacon, butter, eggs, we can do that, and it works for us, and it's easy. I am going to be adding grapes on Friday. And the fermented kind, yes, I'm going to have a glass of red wine on Friday because it kicks off my birthday weekend. And I will let you know how that reacts to my body because it hasn't had any alcohol in the past 30 days. So, but beef, bacon, butter, eggs truly can be an elimination diet. And as I said, a lot of people use it as an elimination diet to see what's working, what's not working for them. So it's a great place to start if you have anything that's ailing you. Years ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago, I did a very calorie restricted diet and lost weight. And then I gained some weight back because that sometimes happens with that, right?
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. I had to track everything with BBB and E. I just ate until I was, satiated. And really, when Carnivore DC says we didn't do any fasting, we did natural intermittent fasting because when you're only eating 2 meals a day, and my window is probably about 5 hours, I'm hungry about 8 in the morning and then again about 1 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock, and then that's my last meal of the day, which sounds crazy, but 8 o'clock this morning is when we ate again, 8:15, something like that. So intermittent fasting is just happening naturally. So let's hear about Carnivore DC's results.
Okay. So my weight, my goal was to get under 200 pounds, and I did achieve that. So I would say approximately 10 pounds is my weight loss. And in the last 3 or 4 days, I'd weighed under 200 and 199.0 to anywhere. Today, I actually weighed in at 200.4. But that's normal for me. I can vary my weight by a pound or to 3 pounds per day, depending on whatever. So I would say approximately 10 pounds. So we measure our body fat by our scale, and the scale will tell you your weight and then your percentage of a body fat. And mine calculated to be overall 2.3% less than the beginning in the beginning of January. So I calculated that out. That's almost it's 4.75, 4.75 pounds of fat that I've lost. So that was pretty cool. The other thing is, as far as my benefits go, I would say to me limits the decision-making process because I definitely do get decision-making fatigue. When I'm at work, I'm making a lot of decisions and I really have to think, which is great. But sometimes you just want to, just think about, like what movie you're going to see, and I don't know. I don't know. You just pick out one because it's like you just don't really feel like making a decision. So that's been great because all you have beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I mean, it's pretty easy. And so, yeah, it is limiting, but in a way, it's freeing. So yeah, I have increased my strength. I don't know what percentage-wise, but I've definitely been able to do my bands heavier and more reps. My speed on my bike has increased. I've really been doing well on my bike, which is awesome. My overall daily energy has really been consistently good. And another thing is that my nails are growing faster and they're definitely stronger, which is really cool. So as far as my measurements go, I thought this was great too. So between my chest, I've lost 1.5 inches. My waist, I've lost 1.5 inches, and I can definitely tell I have to go to the next little hole on my belt to keep my pants up. And but this was awesome because my thighs actually went up 3/4 inch per thigh, which was really neat because I didn't really do anything different, but I like having the larger legs because I would say that's more muscle to do the things that I like to do, like bicycle riding. It's definitely for that. So my plan in February is basically just keep it almost the same, but have some of the meals that are different types of meats, like we're doing the chicken wings, pulled pork this weekend. I wouldn't mind having some shrimp or some oysters. Maybe throwing some of that in. We've got a couple of cans of sardines in the pantry. I'll probably have some of those at times. Also, I'm going to start eating my homemade yogurt again. I have been making this yogurt for years now, and this homemade yogurt is from Dr. William Davis. It's the L. Reuteri yogurt. Look it up. It's pretty cool. So I've used this for years now, and I created my own starter, and I've kept this recipe up for at least 2 or 3 years, I think. So anyway, but but I want to continue to lose because I'm under 200 now and I feel really good. But I can still pinch that little belly fat around my belly. So I know that there's another 10 pounds there. I think within a few months, maybe be able to get down under 190. And the last time I was there was years ago when I was in the Navy, probably 1993, 1992, 1993. I was in the mid 180s as far as my weight goes. Super fast on the bike. Ran really well too for me. So those are the results. Now, anyone can get these results. I mean, some people do any better. I mean, we were watching Ken Berry's video last night. Some guy lost something like 28 pounds in 30 days, the first 30 days. Now, granted, he said he had another 120 pounds to lose. So if you're carrying around a lot of weight, this is an easy way. When I say easy, it's easy into the fact that you're not hungry, and it may be hard if you're like, oh, I like to have all this different variety. Well, when you're eating an ancestral diet and really eating a species-specific diet, like what we really should be eating is meat, then it's really easy and you get satisfied, and next thing you know, oh my gosh, I feel great, and I'm losing weight. I'm like, this is just too good to be true, but it really isn't. So that's about it for me. Anything from you, Mrs. Carnivore?
No, I'm just excited about this adventure, and I hope if you have been watching us and wondering about it, that you give it a try.
Yeah,
See if it
super
works for you.
easy.
Okay.
All right, get out there, do some moving, eat some meat.